Hello, this is Tim from Hidden Meadow Farm. Joe over at Two Dogs tagged me, asked me if I would answer 5 questions, post them on YouTube. This is 5 questions about us here on the farm, about our YouTube channel. One of the questions that he asked was, why did we start a YouTube channel? So I'm gonna try to answer that. I'm gonna get some feed and then I'll be right back with you. When Joe asked that question, I looked back on my videos. The first video was a video of Caden doing a presentation at school. It's a social studies project he done on the Civil War, and that his presentation, I guess, was the first video that I posted, and I posted it mainly so family and friends could see him doing that. But anyway, in doing that, I enjoyed doing that, and I enjoyed just working with the camera and doing the editing and learning about it. And in doing that, I decided, well, we've got a farm, and I got to looking at other people doing things, homesteading and hobby farms and that kind of thing, and I got to thinking, you know, I'd like to do that, just to document our farm. Main reason I wanted to do it was to document it so that Caden, when he gets older, he can look back on this and he can see how the farm has evolved from the time that he was, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, and see what it was then and what it will become. So I guess the first reason, why did we start our channel? I guess the first thing I can say is I done it just for my son, to document things that happen here on the farm for him. And it turned into something that we enjoy doing and a hobby. So that's where it's taken us. The next question that Joe asked was, what are 2 videos that we are the most proud of? I think was his words, or the 2 that we like the most that we have produced. And I think the 2 that we like the most is, one is this chicken coop that I'm in. There's a video. It's when we first started. We didn't really get to document a lot of it, but we did. That was some of the first times that we started producing videos, and was building this chicken coop. Except for a few boards, it's built completely out of recycled pallets. And anyway, what I like about it most, naturally, it's one of our most viewed videos. And also, it is a time that we got to spend together, Caden and I, building this thing. And that was some of the first times that he got to use some of the power equipment, air nailers, that kind of thing. So he enjoyed doing that, and I enjoyed teaching him how to use that. So that was one of them, is building this chicken coop. And the other one that I like is building this chicken feeder. And for the same reasons, it's one of the most viewed, and it was also a time that we got to spend together teaching and learning how to build something together. Here's Caden now. He's been out there fooling with the chickens. But this is, I asked him, his response was, what's the ones we have the most views on? So, but I think this is 2 that we do have the most views on, or maybe 2 of the top 3 or 4 anyway. I know the chicken feeder, I think's got the most views, but that's really not, I mean, that's part of it, but not completely all of it. I think that video helped us be discovered as a channel. We're still small. We're not big, just a little over 200 subscribers. Most of our views don't even come from our subscribers. It comes from searches off of Google and internet, wherever it may be found there. And But we do like our subscribers. We do like interacting with subscribers. But anyway, that's the two videos that we're most proud of, is the chicken coop and the chicken feeder. So let's fill this feeder up. That feed I was toting earlier, that's what it was for, is for this feeder. So we're gonna fill this thing up. Haven't seen our video on the chicken feeder, check it out. It is a no waste feeder. I promise you'll like it if you use it. One of the questions Joe asked was, what subjects or topics do I plan on making videos on in the upcoming weeks? Well, the way it is around here, Joe, I don't really plan other than what work needs to be done around the farm. That's what I plan on doing. Naturally, there's always something to do around the farm. Even though this is, some people call it homesteading, I tend to lean more toward hobby farming. I'm not really a homesteader, but I do hobby farm, and that's what I like doing. As you can see, there'll probably be some videos on some fence, because all the fence work that I've got to do. I've got over 4,000 feet of fence to complete. Always videos on goats. You saw videos on chickens. So there's always something to do around the farm. We like to do hunting, so there'll probably hopefully be some hunting videos. There's a few things I want to do to the chicken coop to improve it. I'd like to build a brooder box. We hope to raise some more chicks this spring, so that'll be another project that I'd like to do, building a brooder box. So all those things, whatever we do here on the farm, pretty much that's what our videos consist of. We don't plan it out. We're not some big YouTube channel, not trying to be. We just like doing what we do. I think Caden's trying to catch a chicken at the moment. Joe, I'm trying to answer these questions while I'm doing my chores. But one of the questions Joe asked was, what are the goals for our YouTube channel? First of all, I'd like to practice in my editing. I'd like to get better at editing. I'd like to produce better quality videos. To do better videos, I'm probably going to have to invest in a better camera. So that's some of the goals for that side of it. I'd like to work my channel, and I'd like to reach at least 1,000 subscribers in this next year. I'd like to try to produce at least one video per week, one quality video per week, and then if there's anything extra added in during the week, that'll be okay. Main thing is just have fun with it. I don't want it to be something that I feel like I have to do. It's not something that I have to do. I can quit at any time, but I enjoy doing it. One of the other goals I'd like for our channel is I'm going to get a check from YouTube before I quit this. I'm going to get at least one check, just to say that I've done it. That's just something that's just there just to do it. But anyway, that's some of the goals that I'd like to do, like to accomplish for this channel. Main thing is I'd like to just produce some quality videos that people enjoy watching. I know I have lots of family and friends that like watching to see what's happening here on the farm. And that's what we're gonna do. But right now we're gonna load some firewood. Get out of here. By the way, if you haven't checked out Joe's channel, go check his channel out. It's Two Dogs. Joe has lots of good videos on there. He does videos on cooking, farming, gardening, chickens, hunting videos, dog rescues, just a good assortment of things. Joe and I don't really know how we discovered each other. I think it was maybe through Dan on at Home in the Sticks. But anyway, we're all Mississippi YouTubers. And anyway, go check Joe's channel out. It's called Two Dogs. Some of the goals for the farm this year, not just necessarily the YouTube channel, but I guess it'll be part of the channel. First of all, fencing. We've got some NRCS money to do some fencing. If you haven't checked that program out, go to your local CSA, I think it's CSA office. Anyway, NRCS, do some research. I got a video somewhere. Just look back, find that video. Anyway, we got some money, some help, grant money for that. Might be something you might get some help on. Check that out. But that's one thing, fencing. Another thing is waterers. Cross fencing and a watering system that we're going to put in our farm. That's two things that we've got to do. And when we get all that complete, I'd like to add some cows to our property. And in the meantime, we're trying to improve our goat herd. Get rid of some that we don't need, and trying to improve the goat herd. Like I said before, we're going to build a brooder. So I'd like to raise some chickens. I'd like to get mostly what we have, well, all of what we have is egg layers. Not really into meat chickens. Maybe look at that in the future, but right now I'd like to increase our egg layers and maybe produce. We already sell eggs. Mash your finger?
Yes.
What you do? Be careful. Mashed his finger in some firewood. But anyway, that's some of the things that we've got going on here on the farm. So all I can tell you is stick around and watch and see what happens. Well, Joe, in your video you asked the question, name something random that nobody would know about that you haven't mentioned or that we haven't mentioned in our videos. One thing that you don't know, nobody else knows that I know of, is where I work at. I think that's interesting in where we work. I'm at my job right now and I'm a funeral director. A lot of people wonder what I do for a living, so that's what I do. This is in the business office at work. And lots of people wonder about funeral directors, what happens in a funeral director's life. Only thing I can really tell you is everybody that we come in contact with is hurting, and it's a great comfort to us as funeral directors to know that when we finish our job that we've helped some family get through a very difficult time in their life. And a lot of people ask, well, why do you like doing the job of funeral director? And that's why. The reward is great when you feel like that you've helped someone at the end of the day. People ask me, was it a depressing job? No, it's not really depressing, but it can weigh down on you sometimes when you're dealing with, everybody you deal with is hurting. So it does help. That's why I like my farm. It does help for me to go. It's a place that I can get away. And anyway, that's just a random fact about me. I'm a funeral director. Caden and I are back out here trying to get this big buck that we've been after. I wanted to take this time to finish up a video. Joe up at Two Dogs. Joe, I know it's taken me a long time to do this. Seemed like I've been working on it for a week and a half now, but I about got it finished. I've answered the questions that Joe, he tagged me in a video, wanted me to answer some questions for him, and I enjoyed doing that. And like Joe, I'm going to tag 3 more channels. I've already contacted these people. They agreed to do it. And same way as Joe's done, these are 3 channels that I'm really interested in. They're all good channels. I enjoy watching them. I learn stuff from them. They're fun to watch. And I just want to tag these 3 channels. I'm really interested in how these guys do their channels, and that's what these questions are about. So here's my 3 channels that I want to tag. First of all, I want to tag Eric. He's up at Life in Farmland. He's up in northern part of the United States, and I found Eric because he does lots of wood, firewood, heats with firewood, and I do too. So that's how I got to following Eric, and I really enjoy his content. So I'm tagging Eric, Life in Farmland. Another one is my neighbor right across state line is Jason at Cog Hill Farm. And Jason, he always puts together some fun videos, and I really enjoy watching Jason. Always got something going on. And anyway, I'd really like to know how Jason answers these questions. And the third one that I'd like to tag is Sean, and I think he's out in Oklahoma, out in the Midwest. And Sean is at Keeping It Dutch, KID, that's his channel. And Sean's always got some good content, some stuff that I'm interested in, and I always enjoy watching Sean's videos. So these are the 3 channels that I'm tagging. I ask you to please go check out their channels. I'll put a description below, put a link to their channels below, or somewhere up in this, so you can follow along on them. But anyway, I've enjoyed doing this. Joe, go check out Joe's channel, 2 Dogs. Hope you've enjoyed this. Caden and I will hope to have a big buck video to show you. If not, we are out here hunting meat because it's getting late in the season, so we need to put meat in the freezer. So until next time, we'll check with you guys. Keep on keeping on. Check with you later.